Recording and start streaming. Okay, I think we should be live. Um, I don't know how to see my chat though. Let me see. I'll just open a tab on my laptop and just keep this open. Are we live though? I think we are.
Probably.
Yeah, we are live. Yes.
Great.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, I'm just gonna send this link real quick to everyone in NCL. Okay, I have 0 viewers right now, but that's fine. People will join. Uh,
You want to wait?
Luce is here. Hey, Luce. What's up?
Hey.
Uh, and Johan's also here. Man, we were figuring things out. Okay, it's my first time streaming on Twitch. I've never done that. I'm not an expert streamer like other people who have done this. I have an echo. That is a good point. It must be my earphones. Oh god. Let me try this thing. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Jeremy?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. I accidentally, I was trying to take my earphones out and I accidentally took my HDMI connector out. Because that's how smart I am. Uh, Now, where did my Twitch window go? Oh god. I said I have worked with computers before.
You and I have the exact same default Mac background. I love it.
I just couldn't be bothered to change it.
Yeah, me either. I just couldn't change it.
Yeah. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I didn't want to.
Yeah. Why would you? What's good?
Exactly. Okay, everything is echoed. Okay, so it's still echoing. Oh my god, I don't know what's wrong with it.
Could it be me?
I don't know if it's you or it's me. Did you change anything? I don't know. Uh,
Let me mute myself for a second.
okay. Okay, is it still echoing, guys? Because Jeremy muted himself. Oh god, I don't know what's happening here. Echo is still here, so it's probably me. Okay, I need to see something in OBS. I think audio. There's only one audio though. So I don't know why that's happening. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what the problem is. Is the echo still here? Are you guys still getting an echo? Because I saw two audio inputs there. Okay, so echo's fixed. Cool. I fixed it. Yay. I am an engineer after all. Okay. Cool. So, okay, I guess we can get started then. No point in waiting for people, I guess. Because people will just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so hey everyone, this is Sark and Jeremy, and we are here to judge everyone's team in the Mareep division. And oh my god, some of these teams are definitely teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, like doing this pick by pick was so painful. And not only because doing it pick by pick is painful, it's just these teams were just. Some of them started really strong, and then they were like just. I don't even want to get it. I mean, we will get into that. Okay, so we have Danielle first. So I guess we'll just try to go in draft order as long as I remember it. Uh, so I kind of like her team. She started off really strong with like the Zama Zenta pick. And then I think she got Kartana and Tapu Fini. Okay, these are not in pick order now that I think about it.
They're not.
but it's fine. I think Zama and Feeney go together really well because it will appreciate not getting status. At least that's what I think. And then Katana also kind of does the same.
Yeah, I kind of like the way that this team supports, or Feeney supports, like the top picks. I think this team traded out Petra
Yeah.
for Neelagu,
Mm-hmm.
which is really smart.
Yeah.
Feeney and
Good
Petra
point.
was pretty bad together.
Jeremy is still echoing. Then I don't know why he's still echoing. Let me see why he's still echoing. Okay, guys, you know what? This is my fucking OBS, okay? And I only see one audio capture that's capturing. The second one's capturing, but I muted that. So I don't know why he's still echoing. Is there something I'm missing here? And I hear teams. Oh my god.
Yikes. Very
Yikes.
annoying. Oh my god.
Yikes.
It's past 5 o'clock on Friday.
I stopped looking at my
Sorry.
laptop since like 3.
Sorry, everyone.
But that's okay. Now I hear another hair. Okay. Now try saying something.
Yeah,
Okay.
better.
I think this should work. And if this doesn't work, then I don't know what's wrong. Then I officially have no idea.
Okay. I like this team. I think that there's a lot of options for it to kind of get rolling. Like Cart and Lego give it
Yeah.
the potential to just kind of sweep out of control. Like Feeney with status nullification support helps like Zama and Cart and Lego. Like all those three are weak to Thunderwave, so I kind of like that a lot.
Yeah, plus then she also has Mega Absol, technically has it control there. But also like prevents wisp and stuff, which is nice I guess. But
Yeah,
but I honestly don't see Absol doing anything at all, if I'm being honest. Like she
yeah. I mean,
yeah, you were saying.
I just think that like Mega Absol is going to be tough to like bring a lot of weeks, and like Zama being, I guess body press is not banned, so
Yeah.
it's gonna. I mean, it'll still be good in terms of like immediate power, but like the setup sets with like leftovers and iron defense body press are gonna be a little bit weaker than they were before.
Well, they would be weaker considering they're not allowed.
Yeah, that is true.
That is true. That is true. And who else drafted Zamazenta? Me. Uh, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of think like her first, like she started off really well, and then she drafted Steelix, and I was like, why is there a Steelix on this team? Like realistically, what is Steelix doing here? Like setting up rocks, but then you had Uxie doing that. Um, you don't really want like a toxic immunity here as such because you have Feeny anyway. I don't think Steelix adds anything on this team, honestly. It's just a blob.
I agree. I think when you have Cart as your steal, you want like a secondary steal that actually has threat of coming. And if your Steelix is going to come most weeks, then it doesn't seem good to me
Yeah,
personally.
I agree. I mean, I would
Yeah,
much rather bring Silvally Steel, which is also not saying a lot.
exactly. Like she's got Valley, which can kind of patch up whatever it needs to. So like, why is there a Steelix here? One of the other things I've noticed is that like, other than what you just mentioned, Valley, there's a little bit of lack of momentum. Like Feeney, Volcanion, Nihiligo, and then like Zama and Cart, like both have trouble doing anything other than coming in and doing damage. So it's this team kind of seems like it's going to be like bring someone in, do damage, get fainted, and then bring something else in.
Yeah, I think I agree there because there is not a lot of pivoting going on. I think it's just like Uxie and Rotom and maybe Silvally when it comes.
Right.
Because
Right.
realistically, most weeks your team's gonna be like some combination of Zamazenta, Cart, Feeny, Volcanion, Nihilego, and maybe like a sixth there is what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah. I think. Yeah. No, I agree with you there.
yeah, and then like the only reliable rocker also just being Yuxi because again Steelix is just I don't like Steelix. I mean, Nihilego can potentially set up rocks, I guess, but do you really want to use a Nihilego to set up rocks?
Yeah.
And again, T
Yeah.
spikes are not required in this team because you have a Feeny, so you don't really need T spikes as such.
Yeah. It's not a bad team.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's not bad. Like, obviously, there are like way worse teams out. So it's not bad, but again, it's also like it had potential to be great, but then Mega Apps all happened and Steelix happened. So I don't know what what went wrong here. Uh,
Yeah.
Anything interesting here? Not particularly, I guess. Like, she has a lot of T Wave spam, but again, she has Feeny. So Absol gets Will of Wisp? I did not know that. That is new to me.
The prio on this team is also a little bit weak. I think it's basically what is the prio on this team?
Like,
Sucker Punch Mega Absol,
realistically, yes.
which isn't great.
Yeah, I mean, do you really want to run quick attack Zama? I guess.
Does it get quick attack? Then yeah,
It get,
this team might have to.
yeah, I agree. Also, in terms of like reliable Scarfers, I guess it's just Katana. Or maybe Nihilego some weeks.
Feeny.
Feeny, oh, then she has enough, I would say. I guess three is enough. Should I
Yeah.
put my
No,
items on the
this is
right?
one of my more favorite teams in Mareep.
I would say that too. Also has only one encore user, so Beery would be mad. But it's fine. Who cares about Beery here? Nobody snipe this and like tell that to him. uh, nice anti setup, I guess. She has enough roar and haze things. Feeny can fit in haze in her moveset sometimes. You can pull off roar Zamazenta quite nicely. Uh, Taunt is also nice, I guess. I mean, utility wise, this team's also all right. Like, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think like what you touched on, Steelix being tough. I think ground Sibelius has to come a lot because this team's kind of got like a ground weakness, or excuse me, an electric weakness. So
Yeah.
like Cart being the electric resist isn't great,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess
but
Rotom technically is a resist, but I don't see Rotom
true.
coming most games. And if it does, it's just getting pursued. Why am I so obsessed with that move? I still don't understand. Like, who cares? It's allowed. Loose with the Mega Absol copy pasta. Good for you, Loose. I would say that is really good for you.
I
Uh,
think this team's a solid B.
yeah, I would say this team's a solid B. I think that's her. Yeah, so this should be a solid B, like a high B, I would say. Especially if you're
Yeah,
doing them by like comparison, I would say this is like a solid high
for
B.
sure.
Okay, so next is Jelly.
My
Uh,
favorite team.
Not even going to lie, same, because
Yeah, I love this team.
this team's amazing. Like,
Yep.
it has a lot going for it, like especially since the Giratina is great. Uh, and I feel like even in like a non-Terra word, Giratina still works because like Giratina didn't really need Terra to work. And now that random things cannot like become steel types or fairy types or whatever, then Giratina does its job better. At least that's what I think. Uh,
Yeah, I think Giratina is really, really good, regardless of Terra. But in a non-Terra meta, it's like especially good. Yeah,
yeah, and
I
then
think it like has fantastic supporting options too.
yeah, like he has two viable wish passers in Vaporeon and Farigiraf. I mean, technically Daxbun can also do that, but then it's a Daxbun. Uh, oh, Jelly's here. He's at work, but he can't hear me. Blah blah blah. Uh, uh, then He had
this team got sniped on Alamomola,
yeah, and
if I
like
remember correctly.
yes. So I remember because like I was talking to Jelly and he really wanted Mola, and I was also talking to Luz, and Luz also wanted Mola, and then I was like, okay, I cannot do this. I cannot play like double agent here, and I can't help both of you guys.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when two people in the same draft are talking to you simultaneously about what they want to take, and they are both eyeing the same thing, it becomes really hard to try and figure out what you should do.
Yeah, I was like, okay, who do I tell not to draft this? But then I was like, you know what,
Like,
it's fine, do whatever. And so Luz ended up taking it round two, which opened up Mega Scissor for him, which again, like, this team has a lot of amazing pivoting going for it. Like Vaporeon can pivot, Kilowatt can pivot, Farigiraf can pivot, Mega Scissor can pivot, Infernape can pivot. Kilowatt,
yeah,
I already said Kilowatt. So, I mean, a lot of ways to just bring Retina in.
yeah, I think this is the best team probably by far in Mareep. I think the fact that Mega Scissor's only weakness is
Fire.
like the only other Mon that is weak to fire on this team is like Shedtail Sceptile, and there are like a bunch of resistances to it, like complements it super well. And then Dash Bun's going to be annoying the couple of matchups it does come. But yeah, I love this team.
Yeah, I do really like this team. I think the only really real problem with this team is that this team has like no hazards. I mean, I guess the rockers are Lycanroc and Infernape. And like, don't get me wrong, Lycanroc setting up rocks is fine, but I mean, that's it, right? I mean, do you really want to run rocks Infernape? I guess you could some weeks, but in my opinion, Infernape is a great scarfer usually, which I think is again, I think the only viable scarfer on this team is Infernape, probably.
Yeah, this team tends to lead toward balance and having like a dedicated Lycanroc lead, which is probably the way in which you're going to want to run it if you do run it with rocks, is kind of seems a little bit predictable.
Yeah,
But that's literally the only downside I see for this. I think everything else about it is great. It's also got great priority with Shadow Sneak Giratina, and then Shadow Sneak, and then I think Muck at Sucker Punch.
no, Mug gets
And
Shadow Sneak,
then,
I think, and also Infernape has Mark Punch and Vacuum Wave.
right.
Mega Scissor obviously has Bullet Punch. Lycanroc has Stellar Rock. So,
Yeah.
uh, are we counting Baton Pass as pivoting? Yeah, yes, it is pivoting. Like, why would we not count Baton Pass as pivoting?
So Furgraf gets it too.
Yeah, and
Also, there's a Ditto.
there's a Ditto, which like again, like just I think Ditto fits into like any team, right? You just throw it in the team, and it's a revenge killer. Yay. Uh, in terms of moves, I guess yeah, like you said, like I think only Hazard thing is a little bit problematic here. Uh, Removals also kind of bad because like both neither of these ones actually want to run defog that much.
Yeah, I also think the Ditto is good against teams that are more prone to getting set up on, right? So the one thing that about this team that you could say is it's a little bit more defensive, like Giratina, Vaporeon, Mega Scissor, Farigiraf.
Yeah,
Like theoretically, you could pivot in and then get behind a sub or something and get set up, and Ditto really discourages that. So I really like Ditto on this team, especially.
yeah, I think it's nice. So much wish. Also has heal bell with Vaporeon. I think this team's gonna be hard to beat. And
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
viable
especially
stuff.
compared to when you look at the other stuff in Mareep, it's
Yeah,
going to be hard to beat.
it is going to be really hard to beat. So I guess I think this is an S tier team.
Yeah,
Probably like high S tier. Uh, yeah, I guess we
yeah.
can.
This is my favorite team.
Yeah, I think next is loose. Uh, okay, I hate this team. Yeah, that's what I have to say. Loose. Okay, to be fair, in Gen 9 Ubers, there aren't a lot of defoggers because they just axe the move so badly, and there's like two viable defoggers, and both of them are Giratina. So, like, I guess it makes sense. But this is not Ubers. We're not playing Ubers. We're playing draft. Anyway, uh, jokes aside, I think this team's also pretty good. Tiff, you've not missed much. It's we are on the third team right now. Um, so Just missed Jelly and Danny.
I just had to laugh at your draft analysis when you, after them drafting Hatterene and Mega Sableye, both said you really want to run Choice Band Chen Pao. I've
Yeah,
never seen a team with double Mega Bounce before.
yeah,
Magic
like
Bounce.
like double magic bounce is extremely
Yeah,
great. It's also double mega. I just noticed this. It's double mega as well. Like it's Mega
it
Camera
is.
plus Mega Sableye, which is crazy.
Yeah, this team's cool. I like it a lot. There's got like a really like a nice trick room option, and then Chen Pao is of course unwallable.
Yeah, that is true. Um, C dot's obviously doing its best as usual.
Yeah,
Um, hey, it gets defogged.
there are a lot of 9 or 8 or sometimes even fewer Mon rosters that
Yeah,
we're gonna go through.
that is true. Pretty sure there's like a four-man roster at some point.
Well,
But
Loose won the Aloe sweepstakes, so I think that really supports the team super well here.
it
Um,
does. Yeah, I think Mola really pairs nicely with Pau, even though I really tried to convince him to get Feeny because Feeny pairs better with it. But Mola does a job too. Like, just keep passing wishes into, especially into like Raging Bolt. I think this can be solid.
yeah, I think one of the challenges they're going to face is that Mega Sableye wants to kind of get its magic bounce off.
Yeah.
But there is Hatterene, but there's also Glamora. So there are like a couple different mons that want to lead, but
Yeah.
I think this is pretty solid. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, I think a decision to be made in this team always would be like which mega they want to bring. Because again, it's like that's why I don't like two mega teams because like then that's too much game thinking and stuff. But I think if like somebody can pull off these mind games, it would probably be loose because I think he is the. I think okay, I don't want him to like dance on my head after this, but I will say that he is the best player there in Mareep right now by skill level. So I do trust him to be able to pilot this. Uh, that being said, uh, I guess trick room mode is also nice. I don't know what I was where I was going with that.
no, I like this team.
I do
I
like this
think
team.
that yeah, Raging Bolt, Chen Pao, this team is great priority.
Yeah,
Like Chen Pao and Raging Bolt cover each other super well. Like the waters that want to switch into Icicle Crash, Raging Bolt kind of nukes those, and then the grounds that switch into Thunderclap and Thunderbolt, Chen Pao kind of nukes. So yeah, there's good offensive synergy there too.
that is true. And then they can both overrun fairies together, and there's an AG slash two to like the speed fairies for it for them. So I and especially like with the hazards that Glimora would set up. Um,
Yeah,
think
this
that's
team's a little bit weak to Earthquake. I think if you go back to the team, I think Galarian Zapdos is like the only answer to Earthquake on the entire team.
hey C dot's there.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that is true. It is kind of weak to earthquake here, which is there's a very easy fix to the defog problem, like the EQ problem. It's just literally just slap fucking Bulu on your team.
I'm looking at Ursaluna Blood Moon and wondering how this team doesn't get 6-0 by it. But yeah, other than that, great.
I mean, I guess balloon AG slash. No, that doesn't work. Uh, yeah, I guess balloon AG is coming every week. Like it has to. Like you don't have another better earthquake check here. It does kind of lose to Blood Saluna, but I think Luz can manage that. I have faith in Luz. Think this would be like high A tier for me or like low S tier. Uh,
Yeah, I think high A is good.
yeah, I think high A is good too. Okay, which one is his team now?
He's the Mandalicious Buzzers. Is that still his team?
Is this the logo? Because that looks most like the Mandibuzz.
I think so.
Luz, is this your logo? Because I'm not sure. But this is the only thing that looks like a Mandibuzz to me. No, you can correct me later. Okay, so I think the next one is
It
Dino.
is.
It is Dino. Okay, so I'll just change that. Dino. Okay, you already know I like this team.
Yeah,
Like, like, okay, like, I can't hate on this team. I mean, okay, let's keep Bulu and Threads aside. It is a solid team,
it is.
regardless. Um, I mean, Dragapult's definitely one of the best draft mons created ever, and especially since I said this in my analysis as well. But this Pokemon does not feel like it has four move slot syndrome, even though it has so many moves. It somehow just has the perfect amount of moves for every matchup. I feel like I don't know how this works. I have never been able to make it work, but it just works.
Yeah, I think that like between Dragapult, Urshifu, and like Iron Dreads, they've got such good offensive and defensive coverage. Those three mons kind of cover everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then the rest are just supplementary.
that is
Like
true.
everything else works well. Like Glass Stray kind of sucks. Yeah, everybody's talked about that.
Yeah,
DNC Arcanine, Mega T-Char, sure, they're all ground weak, but I guess there's a Taboo Bulu. But yeah, I like this team.
I do like this team. Yeah,
Yeah,
has a lot going for it. I think Electros and Glastier are probably never actually coming to games.
I like Electros. I know that you don't, but
I'm not a believer. Like I'm sorry, but like I just don't believe in Electros. Maybe
it is
it's
at worst that like the seventh best mon every week, I think.
I guess.
And especially with this team, given it has one, two, three, four, five ground weaknesses, I think it'll be useful.
Well, there's a Bulu
Yes,
that fixes
there
the ground
is.
that fixes the ground weakness.
It does.
You can't convince me to hate on Bulu. I'm sorry.
How many
Okay.
points out of 10 did you give it?
I think it was like what 10 on 10. I guess it had to be.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
looking at this, the only real fairy resist is Arcanine, which like is kind of sad because Treads, even though it's good at taking moon blasts and stuff, it can only do it like a limited number of times because no recovery kind
yeah.
of sucks and they don't have wish support for it. I mean, Bulu kind of helps in that regard because you get like passive recovery of grassy terrain, but that only goes so far.
Yeah, I love Iron Treads. So I think that everything that this team needs as far as hazard control, Treads provides. And yeah, this is a good team.
It is a good team. Plus, Tyranitar helps beats the Ghost and Psychic types that Shifu can struggle with a little bit. Helps clear paths for Dragapult. Moltres can sweep better. Um, yeah, I don't. I can't find anything to hate on this team. I really like this team. I think the only problem I see is probably like the speed gap between Treads and Dragapult. But
Yeah,
that is a little rough, I would say. But other than that, I think it is fine. And Treads can always just run booster. So even though you should not run booster Treads is a bad side. I will die on that hill.
not a fan.
Not a fan. Like I think I've drafted Treads like 4 times, and I think in total I've run booster Treads like 1 time in like all my games. Just not a fan. Like you want like assault vest or leftovers or even sash sometimes works. And
I
all
think I like this team.
I do like this team, yes.
Yeah, I think
Priority.
it's a little bit weak in terms of priority, but other than that, I'm good.
I mean, I guess Urshifu is fine. Arcanine gets extreme speed, but yeah, that's pretty much it. You could run Dragapult with Sucker Punch, but
Yeah,
which
it's
cat
a
is.
draggable team with Urshifu to support it. So how bad can it be?
Ian, that's Eevee. Eevee is desperate for attention. I don't know why, but he wants attention. And Jeremy does not have a child yet, I think, right?
Correct.
Yes, good. I mean, I don't know. Uh, Yeah, I think this team's a solid high A tier. I don't know if it's above loose, but
No.
it is pretty solid. Plus, I don't know what their play style is like, and I know loose's play style a little bit. So yeah, I think
Yep.
high A tier is good.
We're getting all the high tier teams out of the way first.
That kind of is sad. Okay, I'm just gonna deal with my cat for a second. What do you want, Evie? Okay, he's fine. Okay, so next is Fletch. Which, like, first of all, Fletch, if you are looking at this, I'm so sorry about your league existing. Uh, I'm just sorry about that. Okay, coming to this team, and yikers. Uh, I I do not like this team at all. I think this is one of the four-man roster team I was talking about earlier. Because I think it's just Goldingo, Weavile, Hydrapper, and Slowking. That's it. Maybe Claude Zaire if you want to count that. So like five, I guess. But like these five have to come to every fucking game. Because I don't think Mega Blaziken is good at all. Especially with like no sword stance. It is kind of ass, suffers with a lot of four move slot syndrome, needs like a billion moves to actually do something. I don't know. I just don't like Mega Blaziken. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that Mega Blaziken and Weavile kind of run into the same issues where like similar Pokemon kind of wall them. Like at least on the water side, like sure, Weavile can knock off and pursue the psychic types for close combat, but there's also Clodsire and Weavile, so it's not like those are going to necessarily come right away anyway. I think Hydrapple, like you mentioned, is going to have to do a ton.
Yeah, it will have to do a ton. Um,
Yeah. I also like Terra, non-Terra Comfy. I don't agree with Gry. I don't think it's very good.
yeah, I don't think it's really good. And then why is there an Eldegoss there? Like, what is Eldegoss doing at all?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even need a high regenerator grass type. You already have one.
I feel like this team should run U-turn Mega Blaziken every week
I think
just to
it
get in something else.
I think it has to do that because there's not much Blaziken's doing after that.
Yeah.
Um,
I love Clodsire. I love Golden Go. I do like Hydrapple, but I think team has some issues,
Team definitely
especially with
has.
momentum.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could run like U-turn comfy and teleport or chili sloking, I guess. But I don't know. I don't see the sauce in this team. Like Weavile and Blaziken being your tier ones. It's kind of sad. Uh, I guess
I
Weavile is
guess we'll see just how good Pursuit is.
yeah. I guess I mean if they can make this work, great. But I don't see this team working. And yeah, I
Also,
mean
there's a Gyarados.
there is a Gyarados. That is definitely a Pokemon. Uh,
Yep.
you're forced into triple boots every week. You don't want to defog with Cloud plus Goldengo. Well, I mean, to be fair, what is running defog here on this team anyway? Comfy. Like, there is one defogger on
Yeah.
this team.
There are a lot of teams that in Mareep that don't have great removal.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at it, like, yeah, there's defog Mega Blaziken, which, I mean, if you're using your Mega Blaziken to defog, sure, more power to you. I will not judge you. Defog Comfey, which I don't even see Comfey coming to like a lot of games. And then Eldegoss is coming to like -1 games. So there is no removal on this team. So you are pretty much logged into like mono boots. Like Weavile needs boots. Goldengo probably also wants to run balloon most of the weeks because the ground answers are is just Hydrapple, right? and you're just
Yeah.
relying too much on Hydrapple on this team to actually do something defensively.
Yeah, Hydrapple is kind of a core defensive piece of this team,
Yeah,
which is not great. Although Ani would be happy.
Ani would be happy. Yes, I would say that. I
He
mean,
would.
Hydrapple is not a bad Pokemon by any way, but
It's
like,
not.
but if that's the only thing that's keeping your team together, it's going to break.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah,
What are we thinking? Low B, high C? Or
I was thinking like,
lower?
I think I was thinking D, if I'm being honest. Uh, yeah, I mean, we could put it in C, but I feel like it's like a D team.
Let's put it in C for now.
Okay, that's Fletch, right?
Yes.
Okay. So next is Revan, which again, Revan and Zippy were having like a competition to who could piss me off the most. I feel like in my pick by pick. Uh, but yeah, um, so I like Fluttermane plus Urshifu.
Love it. That's the best part of this team.
Like I like that part of this team, and then I don't like anything at all about this team after that.
Pretty much.
I mean, I guess
Um,
Latias can do a couple of things. Empoleon is a decent Pokemon, but that's it, right? What else is this team doing?
yeah, I mean, Urshifu does take advantage of the stuff that switches into Latias, but Latias is super one dimensional.
Yeah,
This is also one of like 6 point like 6 teams where I wonder where the points went. I don't really know what Miltank does in this team
yeah, doesn't do
really at
any,
all. Like,
doesn't
what does
really
it
do
do
it.
that Garganical doesn't do?
Nothing,
Nothing.
nothing at all. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's
Um,
an ice resist, which Garganacl is technically not, but
yeah,
Heal Bell's nice. Uh,
yeah. I'm also not an Empoleon fan. Don't like it.
I do like Empoleon. I don't know how much I like it on this team. It's also like your best electric answer is Nidoking, which
Right.
is also kind of yikes. No
Yeah.
Terra La-
Nidoking kind of fills a couple of roles here.
no Terra Latias is going to have to do some real things to convince me it's not the biggest fraud in the world. Yeah, I agree. Latias might be a little fraudulent. Uh, the good news is this team doesn't auto lose to Scizor because they have Talent Flame.
Right.
That is something.
Definitely true.
That is something.
Yep.
Else just Mega Scissor clicks like fucking bullet punch on this team. I mean, Empoleon
This
static.
team's. It just looks to me like Fluttermane and Urshifu are going to have to be number one and number two in kill leaders. Otherwise, this team's not going to do much
Yeah,
because nothing else is offensive.
but now I'm thinking, where did the points go? How expensive is this team? Okay. Flutter was 200. Urshifu was 160.
Adios.
Okay, Latias is definitely way too expensive for what it's doing. Uh,
Latias is one of those mons that it's too high
it is too
given
high.
Terra's band.
Yeah, it is definitely too high. Uh,
Was
nothing.
it kill leader last season with Ani?
I think it was. Let me check. Ampharos season 15, right? I have kind of blogged this season out. Yeah, Latias was kill leader, but it also had Terra.
Right.
So at least
Which
it's,
kind of makes it even worse now.
yeah, it does make it worse. Uh, Empoleon is a bad water type and a bad steel type with good roll compression. I think I agree with that. Like, it can get you like rocks and momentum, but
I don't really like this team, but it's okay, I guess, compared to some of the others.
yeah. There's a Spidoff on this team as well. Um,
Yeah. But
that
no spinner.
no spinner.
I guess Empoleon does get Defiant
Yeah,
and Fluttermane's a ghost.
competitive, not defined. Uh,
Yeah.
so that's decent. They have a lot of defoggers here. Latias is a defogger, Empoleon's a defogger, Rotom is a defogger, Talonflame is a defogger. So I guess they'll have one defogger every game at least. Are they good defoggers? That's up to debate. Uh,
Yeah.
I do not like Rotom Frost at all. Um, doesn't do anything.
Non-Terra Thwacky is also just not good.
I don't even think Terathaki is good.
Can at least do something.
I guess way too little momentum to get Flutter and Shifu enough. I mean, Empoleon and Talon are probably the best pivots here. Um, if you wanna count Latias, I guess.
With
Um,
Healing Wish,
I mean, it has Baton Pass, right?
does it?
Yeah, it does. It has Baton Pass.
Oh,
It does have Healing Wish too. But yeah, I guess the best thing Latias can do is kill itself. I will give it that.
pretty much.
Yeah,
That's its value.
that is its value. I guess priority wise, it's fine. Sucker Punch is good. We lost a game in MSL because of Sucker Punch Nidoking, which was extremely funny.
Got a high attack stat.
It has a high attack stat, and then Ultimate Revenge Killer in first impression Spider of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I really,
Empoleon's gonna have a real hard time choosing 4 moves.
that is true because it needs to do like a billion things in this team.
Yeah.
Again, I think
Yeah.
it's
And
it's like one of those teams that's held together by like one thing, and that thing is already not great to begin with.
yeah.
If I had
But
if I had to say something good about this team, I would say the speed tiers are nice to look at.
I think Guard could be okay here. I think a lot of the things that want to switch into Urshifu want to run stuff like Helmet, and Garb's ultimate check is Cobra Cloak.
Yeah,
So, like, I think that could work out all right, especially when you've got a Flutter main. But the problem is that there's really nothing else that kind of takes advantage of that offensively.
yeah,
And, like, if you want to run Spite Ops for Nidoking Webs, then it's like that's your 6 right there, and everyone knows you're bringing every week. So, I don't know. It just kind of seems kind of predictable and not in a good way.
yeah. And according to my sources, well, wait, I can't reveal my sources right now. I'll wait for that.
What are your sources saying?
I mean, Ian was saying something, but I can't say that right now on live stream, even though he just said it on Discord, but still.
Dude.
Basically, he's, Revan and Zippy are playing week one. That's it. And they're roommates, so it's kind of funny.
All right, where we rank this one?
I think low C, probably.
I think C is fair.
Yeah. It is not a joke, Zippy, unfortunately. It was so funny to learn that. I actually had a big laugh when I learned that. But yeah, I think it's a low C here.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, maybe Ian was lying, but I don't know if Ian was lying. So yeah,
probably not.
probably not.
Ian doesn't really lie.
Ian doesn't lie, yes. If
No.
Trump being president, unfortunately, Ian, that word is banned, so you can't say it on chat. Like all I did for stream moderation was add 4 words to the ban list, and that word was one of them. But I'll still allow it for now because I didn't want to get like a bunch of Republicans spamming my streams. So if Sark being gay isn't a joke, then this isn't. I mean, being gay is hard though. Being president apparently is not. But this is not the place to discuss that. Okay, moving on. Who was next? Uh, Next is Austin.
Son,
Where is Austin? Okay, there it is. It is indeed Sun, and it's not the only Sun team, which is funny. There are no rain teams, and there are 2 Sun teams. What has happened? Rain has fallen.
crazy. They've got Mega Pidgeot.
I do like Mega Pidgeot. I basically bullied him into drafting Ninetales. So that's nice, I guess. Okay, but looking into this team, first of all, I just don't like couching fire in general. Like, I know people can make it work and blah blah blah. Maybe it's a skill issue on my part or whatever. It just never works for me. I drafted it twice and both times it did nothing.
Yeah, I like it. I think it works pretty well on this team too.
I mean, yeah, it's a Sun team.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really slow. I don't think Typhlosion really does much here. I don't think Alolan Persian does much here.
Oh, Persian does nothing.
But
Absolutely nothing.
yeah,
I don't see Persian coming to much games. Probably it's going to be like the Sun Core. Uh, then they need Slowbro for defensive stuff. Maybe Registeel comes. Maybe Venusaur. I don't know.
yeah. Floor just looks like they got sniped on Hatterene. Maybe they can trade with Luskis.
Yeah, lose trade with Austin. You can use a better fairy than Hatterene. Although I don't know how the points work for that. Persian is gonna switch into a random fire coverage move week one and then gets dropped. I can see that happening actually. I'm not going to lie. Although I
Yeah, I
guess,
like the way slow.
uh huh. What were you
I like
saying?
the way Slowbro works with some of the mons I have. Like it can eat EQs, it can eat psychic moves, and just kind of TP back into Gouging Fire and Great Tusk.
Yeah,
Kind of works well.
I think it
Like
can work
it's a
well.
yeah, it's like a defensive water that doesn't really care about sun being up.
Yeah, that is true. I also like they have decent hazard control here. Um,
They do.
I would say Great Tusk is a good spinner. Um, so not relying on that is fine. Although it can get overwhelmed a little bit. CB Gouging looks really good in a non-terra world with Tusk to spin. I mean, yeah, that's what I was getting at. That if Tusk can, but that's the thing. You're relegating your Great Tusk to spin duty like almost every week, right? Because you want to run like offense, like Bandit, Couching Fire, or like even Specs Typhlosion for that matter. Because again, like if Typhlosion wants to do something in a non-terra world, it has to use Specs, and then you want to be at full health to launch eruptions, and it's already not that fast to begin with. Maybe webs would have been nice in this team too, but it's fine. It doesn't really need webs. Uh, but yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I don't think Typhlosion was the right call in this team. But other than that, I do like this team a lot, except like if we remove Typhlosion and Persian, it's a solid team.
Yeah, I think that Typhlosion and Venusaur kind of fill similar roles.
Yeah, I mean, if you want like a special breaker that can take advantage of the sun, I guess Venusaur was fine here. You didn't really need Typhlosion here.
Right. Yeah.
Spin duty for Tusk is totally okay. It's the best at what it does for a reason. I mean, it's not the best spinner in Gen 9, just saying. But that's just me hyping up trends. I think this team's also a little lacking on priority and it gets eaten up by priority.
Yeah. Bad priority.
Yeah, priority is
But it's a really bulky team, so it's gonna be hard to kill.
that is fair. Yeah, because Gaujing is bulky, Great Tusk is bulky. I think it's a
Gouging Fire is impossible to take down.
that is true. That typing is ridiculous. I will give
Plus
that.
Morning Sun and Sun.
That is also true. Okay. I mean, it's a solid high BTA team, I think, according to me. I think pivoting is also nice, especially with Ninetales having baton pass is really good. So I think pivoting wise and everything, I think that's a solid B. What do you think?
Yeah, B makes sense to me.
Okay. Above or below Danny though?
Mm, below.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, moving on. Next was TTL. Who the fuck is TTL? Um. Oh, oh, Zan. Okay. Um. So I think yeah, this is also one of those teams which started off really strong, and then I don't know what the fuck happened. because they have Valiant and Bax and Slowking, and that was a great start. Then they got Crook, which is also like it's fine, like it does its thing. And then they just have Blastoise, I guess, which is again like it's all right at what it does. But then nothing else on this team is doing anything after that.
Yeah, I think like Blastoise kind of holds his team together, but at the same time, it's like if this is the best you can do, then maybe drop some of the other mons for something else. But at the same time, all the points are clearly going toward the top mons, so I don't really know. Like Valiant, Baxcalibur, Glare Slowking,
Yeah.
Blastoise. That's a lot of points, and clearly Obama Snow is there just because kind of a like secondary snow setter.
Like sure, they have a secondary snow mode, but did they really need that? Like, I don't think Abomas Snow Arctozolt is adding anything to his team. Like its own separate thing that is doing stuff, and that's great for it. But like, I don't know why it was needed on this team. I think Bax was already good enough.
Yeah,
They didn't need Arctozolt at all. So I don't understand that pick at all, if I'm being
I
honest.
think Blastoise has so much work to do on this team. I think it literally has to come every single week.
Yeah, it has to, because like again, that's the only removal they have except like Prankster, Defog, Thunderous, which like I guess you could use technically.
And you've got a hail team or a snow team too, so you've got a bunch of mons that are really weak to hazards, including Mega Pinsir, which can't hold boots.
Mega Pinsir is so sad. Like why did they draft Mega Pinsir? It's never coming to a game.
This team is going to get absolutely wrecked by Stealth Rock.
Yeah, it gets shellacked by Stealth Rock, and like especially if something can like knock everything off, and then you're just like living in a world with like no boots, and your only spinner is Blastoise.
Right, especially when you consider that this team's knock answers are Valiant and Crook, which
Yeah.
like Crook's okay, but they're both offensive. Neither of them really want to switch into knockoff.
Yeah, Valiant doesn't want to like switch into any moves.
Yeah, this team is to be played very, very offensively for it to do well.
Yeah, so it's going to be like mostly hyper offense. Also,
Yeah,
there's a Houndstone on this team, which like I already hated Houndstone with Last Respects because it was doing nothing with Last Respects, and now it doesn't even have Last Respects. Isn't supported by Sand. Can't Terra. It's just a useless blob.
yeah, I think that Valiant, Bax, Blastoise, Orthworm, and Glare Slowking should probably come every single week,
I,
which leaves
I
like one Mon left.
No, I feel like Crook also has to come every week. It's probably like those six, and the other five just never come.
Yeah, I
If
don't see a lot of flexibility in this team,
I
especially when you consider that Arctozolt and Thunderous kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, Arctozolt and Bags kind of do the same thing as well. Like I feel
Yeah,
like Arctozolt didn't really add anything to this team. Uh,
yeah,
if
I
I had to
agree.
if I had to say like you have five transactions, you have five Pokemon who are doing nothing, drop all five of them and just make your transactions and make your team better. Because what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't love the bottom tiers here.
Yeah, I really like, yeah, just drop these five Pokemon and try to make a decent team because the other six are decent. Like those six are fine. Also, fastest thing being Valiant is like it's all right because you can technically use Booster and it's also a decent choice card for it. But I don't know. You do have decent priority in packs, I guess. Also, technically, Aerial Aid Mega Pinsir also has quick attack, so it has that going for it. But you're not going to be able to run Mega Pinsir effectively because your removal sucks, and this team is slow. A web setter would have been nice for this team.
Yeah,
It feels like a lot of Mareep drafts went downhill round 4 5. I absolutely agree with that. I feel like a lot of teams started off strong and then they just like lost the plot. I think the
I
only.
think a lot of them Reap drafts kind of rely on one or two Pokemon to do everything for them. This one relies on Blastoise and Orthworm kind of to be the sponge all for anything offensive.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like they ran out of points and kind of picked up Mega Pinsir along the way.
yeah. I could definitely see Mega Pinsir getting dropped like as soon
Yeah,
as they can. and I would suggest them to do that. Also, I think Thunderous also costs like a bunch of points, and yeah, it's 140, and it's not adding anything to this team. So yeah,
Yeah, I
draw.
think that needs to be dropped for something else.
Yeah,
Plus, there's Ortho, which is coming every week and is a good ground at the entity. So, yeah,
yeah. So if you're watching this, drop half your team. That seems rude, but it's fine. Uh,
what are we giving this?
I
C D.
I think it has to be like, I don't know. I think it's still better than Trevin. God,
Okay, let's put it in C.
what team was this again?
This was Oz, which is the
Twilight Town Pocarios. Okay,
yeah, Twilight. There we go.
okay. Think the next.
Moose has the best logo too, in addition to the best team.
Now that I will heavily disagree with that. Have you seen it? Oh, Moose. I thought you said lose.
Yeah,
Yeah, Moose has the best logo. Yes, he has the best logo in the
looks
league.
like it looks like a Terrapagos.
It is a pretty good logo. He poured his heart out into that. Okay, next
Yeah,
is Luna. Uh,
Luna.
oh God.
Yeah,
Why am I
I
looking
don't
at
like this. I don't like this team.
Why am I looking at this? I mean, so here's the thing about Mega Gallade. Mega Gallade really appreciates a dark type in its team because it beats ghosts. But the thing is, it wants that dark type to switch in multiple times. Meow's Karada is not that. And your best ghost answer is literally Meow's Karada, because the fact that I even have to look at cash farm is just annoying. First of all, like this team just insta loses to like Giratina. Like
Yeah,
how is this team handling Giratina? I mean, I guess Primarina can probably eat like a poltergeist.
kind of going along with the other team. Premier is kind of the only Pokemon that does a lot of things in this team.
Yeah,
It's also basically along with Vikavolt, the only Pokemon that's especially offensive. So like between Mega Gallade and Hisui and Arcanine, just and Meowscarada, Rocky Helmet kind of annihilates this group
that is true.
Pokemon.
Yeah, and you can freely run like a fucking helmet against this team, because
Right.
what are they gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Feel like they did get lost in the sauce a lot, and I feel like Skarmory and Primarina have to do everything in this team. I mean, at least they have two Pokemon that can do things. Okay, at least it's better in that regard. But other than that, I feel like these three are Swalot, Komala, Castform are not doing anything. Meowscarada is too expensive for what it probably can do. Don't like Frostlass. Flagon's alright, I guess. Uh, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this team.
This is a 7-mon team.
It is definitely a 7-mon team.
Like you don't prep for Frostlass and Vikavolt that differently, and then Kamala, Seedot, Swalot, and Castform.
Yeah, that is never coming to a game.
Yeah.
Um, like I guess they are going for like hazard stack, I guess, because they have a lot of hazards, but they have nothing to actually like prevent hazard stack from falling apart. Because just click defog. Like, what are they gonna do? There's nothing to deter defog. Their spin blocker is atrocious. Uh, Again, loses to Giratina anyway. Yeah, there's not a lot going for this team, except like
Yeah.
maybe if you land choice scarf, choice band, head smashes, maybe.
Yeah. I don't like this team.
I do not like this team at all. Priority wise, I guess it has stuff, but is
I
it?
shard, Sucker Punch, Extreme Speed.
Yeah, I guess I would count real priority as like extreme speed and shadow sneak on Khalid. That's it. That's like real priority here.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah, definitely not. Uh, and I hate to see Mega Khalid do bad, but it is kind of doing bad. So I think I'm gonna put this in D. I logo is nice though. I can say that.
Yeah,
I like the logo.
like love the logo.
All right. Next would be TIFF. I have a lot to say about this team. So, okay, this team was my favorite going into like round five, I think. Like, or maybe like till. So basically, right, she started off with Sneasler, then got High Dragon, then had Tinkerton, Milotic, Ursaluna, Arboliva. Great. Everything's like great here. I love this. And then it just goes fucking downhill from there. Like, I guess Kofa is decent for like Trick Room mode if you wanna go for it with Ursaluna. Okie dokie slander is crazy. There is no okie dokie on this team. What are you talking about? How am I slandering okie dokie when there is no okie dokie? Model, shut the fuck up. Anyway, yes. I mean, I guess Kofa can set up Trick Room for Ursaluna and then fine, but Ursaluna doesn't really need Trick Room. It is bulky enough to survive moves. It's good already. But again, this is a six-man roster, and these six are coming like every week, according to me at least. If you want to run like a good team, feel like she just ran out of points after round six.
I think this team, if it transitioned to full HO, would be better.
Yeah.
It's basically it's like got no removal, but it's got really, really good offensive options. Like Tingaton is fantastic. Caesar, I believe, is great.
Yeah.
Ursaluna is fine, but it's not like a good defensive piece. And Monkey Dory, I don't like that mon. It's basically it's got no ability to play in the long game.
Yeah,
So
true.
like if yeah,
I think, yeah, again, the only thing that's actually defensive about this team is like the water type, Milotic, that's it. Like Milotic can take
yeah,
hits repeatedly. Arboliva maybe, but that's it. Nothing else is taking hits. So you are basically playing HO, and you're playing HO with like six Pokemon because again, those five are terrible.
yeah. Can we talk about how this team's hazard removal is Hydreigon and Emolga?
Oh god, that's awful. Because you don't want to run Defog on your Hydreigon. So you're left with Emolga, which, I mean, I'm gonna start crying because this team was so good in the start. I have no idea what happened. How did she? I mean, okay, fair. She just ran out of points then. That's the only explanation I have. Because again, I had such good faith in this team because Arboliva, Sneasler, Hydreigon, Tinkerton, Milotic, Ursaluna, great start, right? And then it goes Monkey Dory, Kofa Grigus, Excelgor, Emolga, Heatmore. Like, what are we doing here? Like, what is
Yeah,
Heatmore doing here? What is Excelgor doing? What is Monkey Dory does nothing. Monkey Dory is absolutely awful. I guess it's a grounded poison, but you had Sneasler, which again, like I know, Beery would say that it's a terrible grounded poison. It should not, blah blah blah. But who cares? Monkey Dory is absolutely trash. Heatmore is doing absolutely nothing. Exactly. Then why did you draft it? Surely there was a better fire type. Okay, I think that's a lie. Uh, how many points is this
I
thing
feel
now?
like I feel like Ursaluna could be something that supports HO better
Yeah, I
because
guess.
this team doesn't really need priority because it's got Unburdened Sneasler.
Okay, I guess Heatmore is 20 points. I guess you get that. Fine. Fine, you got me with that one. You know, you got me. You can. Uh, 20-point heat more is fine. But why is Axel Core? Why is Monkey Dory 110? This thing is absolutely shit.
Yeah,
I
I
also
I
did.
don't like that mod. It's really weak.
It is.
Even in Paldea, it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything. And like
No,
without Terra, its
it doesn't.
typing is so bad.
Its typing is bad. It's not strong enough. It's not fast enough. It's just not good.
Yeah. I also did this track file on a trip. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm not saying that. Okay, how do I phrase this? I'm not saying that You know what? I'm gonna get back to you what I was saying because like I cannot make my point up in my brain.
You're not saying that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Uh,
All right, we'll get back to.
we will get back to that later. But I guess I mean, it started off great, I would say, and you had
I
great thing going in the start. I'm just
I
disappointed in how
love
it
the
ended.
top four picks, and then I hate the next seven.
I do like Milotic.
Yeah, Milo was good.
Yeah. But yeah, Monkey Dory could have been something else. Like that is too expensive for this thing. But I'm not gonna do the math here.
But if we're looking at the other teams in Mareep, can Arbelita Sneasler kind of run through everybody else?
I think except Jelly and Lewis probably can.
Yeah.
But then you're too reliant on this. So I guess this would be like low C, high B, I guess. It's probably better than Fletcher's team though.
Yeah, let's put it there.
Okay. Cool. Next, I think is Russ. If I'm not wrong, it is Russ. So first of all, Russ, thank you for your videos. Those were really funny. I did have a good laugh
Oh,
at all those videos. I'm here to prove you wrong with these mons. I mean, if you prove me wrong, that's great. Like I'm happy to be proven wrong. Like it's not like I'll take it personally. I don't care. Like cool, go ahead, prove me wrong. I'm no expert on draft league. I've never won one, so what do I know?
this
Uh,
team is no immediate offense.
hey, listen. It has a Luxio and it has a Shanks. It's the best team already in my heart. Is it a 9-mon roster? Sure. But that is more than that can be said about a lot of teams here. That actually it has 9 Pokemon that can be coming into games. Because I mean, no Terra Ogurpone is fine because at least it can hold an item and do things, right? I could give you tips. Model, shut the fuck up. Quillfish is decent. I obviously Trevor is great. That's why everybody loves Trevor. But yeah, as you were saying, there is no immediate offense here. It, which is kind of counterintuitive to how Sun works, because with Sun you have like limited amount of turns to like make things happen, which
I,
is. Mm-hmm.
Celesteal is better than Palafin on this team, but I just don't really like it.
I mean, of course, Palafin was the worst one to put on this team, but yeah, I mean, don't really like Celesteela either. I think he has 20 points
No,
left. That's what he said, right? Where is he? Him. That's his roster. He has 20 points left. Celesteela has 160. Pretty sure you can get a better mon in 180 for this, right? Uh,
this team also is. It has no way to deal with. So Terrapagos wants to click Terra Starstorm,
Probably Chiyu was better here. You could have used
and
Chiyu.
this team has no way to punish ghost types, like none.
Yeah. But again, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you could have drafted Chiyu. Chiyu was better here than fucking Celesteela.
This team is. I don't like this team at all.
Yeah. It's okay, Shinx. Uh, I do like Screamtail and Sandy Shock's hair. Like they are good utility Pokemon. But again, this team has a lot of utility, but no breaking power. Like fine,
Yeah,
but are you playing Sunstall here? Like what is happening?
it's gonna be have to be special attack booster wake every week.
Yeah, and then it's slow because this team is also slow.
Yeah,
So,
not a big fan, especially when you consider Luxio and Shinx.
but they're not coming to games. Like we know that. So that's fine.
Yeah,
It's
not a
Russ.
fan.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I guess your fastest thing is booster Sandy Shocks because again, you don't want to run booster speed on Screamtail that often. Uh, I don't know. It feels like Russ had a plan going into the draft and then things did not work out his way, so he shifted plans. but then he has a mix of both plans, and both of the plans actually suck. I mean, walking wake is breaking power, sure, but
This team has no way to deal with like special walls.
yeah.
Like every single mod on this team is special, other than
Okay.
Physical Celesteela and Ogre Pawn.
Yeah, I agree.
It gets like 6-0 by Blissey.
It does get 6 out by Blissey, which is sad, but I don't think Blissey got drafted, so you're fine. No, wait, it did. No, it did not. I did not.
Like, yeah,
I guess it's kind of like Tiff's team here. Would say that.
yeah.
Physical wake time, Dragon Dance liquidation. You know what? I can see Russ running that. If Russ can run physical walking wake, like I can totally see that happening.
Yeah, body press Torkoal,
Yeah,
physical victory bell. Sure.
sure. Okay, next is definitely model. I know this because this draft has like fucking pigeon like
Personally
bottlenecked
offended you?
bottlenecked at this point so much, and I was so pissed because I was like trying to get these done, and then Luz got sick, and then that pissed me off. Why is model's team showing us stiffs? What is happening? Okay, so model is crying. Okay, so I really like this team except that it's coached by model. Everything about this team, I think it's a good team, but the coach is model. So what are we gonna do about that?
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
It is pretty solid. Lando Heatran is definitely a core that is strong for a reason. 'Cause it just works well, especially like, and if you can pair it, and you pair it with Umbreon, which again, great Pokemon in general. Um, has nice wish support going on. Jolteon also technically has wish support, but it's a Jolteon. It's a little, I would say, it's a little earthquake weak. Your only immunity being like Landorus, which like again you don't want to take hits with it, and then Korkais is probably not coming to much games. So you are a little, it's a little weak to earthquake. So you are forced into balloon Heatran a lot of weeks. Starmie eats earthquakes. It definitely does not eat earthquakes. I can tell you that much.
No, it does not.
It does not eat earthquakes. What are you guys talking about?
It doesn't have 60, 65 defenses.
It has, yeah, it has terrible defenses. Um, let's
60, 85. I will say though, this team actually has a defensive core, unlike
Yeah.
a lot of the other ones we've looked at.
That is true. This is like no offense, like no attack investment Lando Therian earthquake, and it's getting too short. Huh? That can't be right. But okay, fine. Are you gonna run Bolt Starmie though?
I ran Bold Starmie my first Ampharos matchup against Gareth. But probably not.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, that's not eating exactly, and you're not going to run Bolt Starmie, because then that's a waste of Starmie. I well, TBF Great Tusk is Great Tusk. It's adequate Tusk at best, I would say. Uh, but other than that, I guess I mean earthquake weakness aside, this team is all right. Like it's not bad, it's not great, it's all right. Your fastest Pokemon
Yeah.
is Jolteon, which is like I guess you have speed technically, but it's a Jolteon. Sark can't believe it, dude. Starmie is ass at taking hits. What are you guys? What are you talking about? Why are you trying to convince me that? You gotta believe.
Yeah.
Like I am here with the fucking uh coach of the Springfield Starmies and Starmie expert. Model, you can't. What the fuck? But yeah, it's all right. Like it, I think Model. As much as I make jokes about him, Model is a decent coach and he can do things. Ogrepon's good. I think Ogrepon's corner is probably the best Ogrepon's without Terra. Sturdy is
Yeah.
always useful. Uh, but yeah, I think it's all right. Hazard control is also fine. I think. Yeah. Starmie is spinning every week. CC kinda cooks this team. I did say that, didn't I? Not right now. Yeah, but yeah, CC does kinda cook this team. Except you have like Mega Altaria, I guess. But good thing there's no CC in Mareep. Sure, sure, model. Live in your delusions. Uh, I think it's a decent team in all. Like it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not a 7-mon roster.
It's really slow, but other than that, it's okay. Megall has to kind of do a lot here. It
Yeah,
like pre Mega, its EQ immunity is good, and then post Mega, its fighting immunity is good. I guess
resistance.
both. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, Mega Altaria does have to come every week. There is a
Yeah.
trick room mode technically here because good guys can set up trick room for Conkelder and Dragalji. Technically, that can happen. Having to bring Starmie every week feels as. I mean, I guess you can go without Starmie some weeks. Because you can rely on Lando, Ogerpon, Heatran, Altaria, Umbreon, maybe Conkelder, Dunsparce, Dragalji, whatever.
I do
Uh,
like the Dunsparce, and I think like doing Glare spam is really nice into this team because like Ogrepon, Landorus, all those mons like stuff being slower than them, so that could be good.
yeah, I think I think it's a good team.
Yeah.
Starmie is definitely not going to be kill leader. I can tell you that much. I think it is kind of like a little better than Danny's team. Not by a lot, but a little. What do you think?
I would put it below, but it's around the same.
Yeah.
We can leave it above.
Okay. Okay. We just have four more teams left. My laptop hanged. Uh, okay. Next is who's next? Is it George? No, it's not George. It is George. No, they're not. Okay. Next is uh Silver. Silver, silver, silver. Okay. Um. So this is a team.
Another 9 roster.
Yeah, like Gorebus is not coming to any games. Minior might come to a game. Okay, all of Mareep needs to band together and deliver the 60-0 star me just to prove Sark wrong. You know what? Prove me wrong. I don't care. You know what? You guys lose. You let model win. Do it. I'm here for it. But anyway, it is a 9-mon roster for sure. But is it a good 9-mon roster? Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I think one of the problems I have with this team is that Hisui and Samurai gets up spikes, but then if they hazard stack too, then you're kind of screwed
Yeah.
because like Glaring Darmanitan's always going to be Banner Scarf, and then like Zama has to hold its item. I don't know. It
And
just kind of seems like this team it needed a better spinner.
the Venusaur also needs to like hold the Megastar. So your best hazard removal is
Yeah,
like Mouse Hold and Noivern, which god
yeah.
awful, god awful hazard control.
I do think Aromatisse is going to be decent on this team. Aaron had Aromatisse last season in Ampharos, and it was pretty good. I think it supports Zama pretty well.
Yeah, because wish support is
But
nice for Zama.
yeah, it's got a huge HP stat. I don't know. I just think this team doesn't have enough
It definitely does not have
stuff going.
enough. It does not, definitely does not have enough because Neumann is kind of ass. Mousehold is not great. Minier is also not great. It's not coming to a game. Gorebus is awful. I do not rate Galarian Darmanitan at all, even though it's my mascot, but I fucking hate that thing so much. It's so one dimensional. It's always just running Joy Scarf and then you either click Icicle Crash or U turn. That's it. Not doing anything else with it.
Yeah,
I think this team's a lot reliant on Skeletorch and Venusaur doing things, uh,
yeah,
which is technically better than most teams, but not by a lot.
yeah. I agree there.
Uh, Also,
This
Earthquake Week. Um,
this team has a ton of issues with EQ. Yeah,
yeah, desperately Earthquake Week. Because your grass type doesn't resist Earthquake. Your flying type is Noivern, which again, awful Pokemon. Uh, Zama is EQ weak, Skeletor's is EQ weak. Yeah, just fucking click Bandit EQ on his ass and then you win. So I don't think I rate this team really highly. Also, don't think this team has a lot of viable priority outside Samurott. And I think Samurott's going to be running into a lot of move slot issues here. Because you want Ceaseless, you want Sucker Punch, Aqua Jet, Water Move, Sacred Sword, Knock Off, Flip Turn, I don't know. Also, not a lot of pivoting here to like
no,
bring in Zama safely. Like your only reliable pivots are like Meloetta, yikes, Termanitan, which is not reliable at all, and Samurott. I wish Aromate's got
yeah.
Baton Pass, but it sadly does not get Baton Pass. Uh,
Venusaur is basically the only way this team deals with waters like Feeny and Primarina,
yeah, true.
which like are already kind of annoying for
Zama
Hisui and Samurai.
and
Yeah,
Zama Zenta.
that too.
Zama is not EQ weak. That shit bounces off. Okay, okay. It can do that once when it has the boost, but if your opponent has like Dragon Tail, Roar, Whirlwind, Red Card, or just I don't know, crits you, you die. So you can't say that Zamazenta is not Earthquake Weak when it is very clearly Earthquake Weak. So yeah, also not very easily beating ghost types. Like again, Giratina has a field day on this team because you don't have a pursuit user to trap it, which kind of sucks. I mean, yeah, Venusaur is good at being a water answer, but that's your only water answer. You have no other water answer. Don't say Gorebus is a water answer. I'm gonna smack you.
This team does have Hisui and Samurott though, which is great.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I do like Samurott and Zamazenta together, but man, also kind of weak to fairies. But I guess Venusaur and Skeletors can handle that, and Zama has heavy slam technically. I don't know. I guess it's also probably somewhere in low C for me.
Yeah, this seems like a C, mid C team to me.
Okay, I guess it is technically better than Fletch. Okay,
Who's next?
next is George. Okay, we just have three more teams left. Yay. That went faster than I thought it would. Okay, George. Okay, first of all, this screams to me Jeremy team because it has Specs and Gliscor, and I'm like, okay, this is Jeremy team then. Uh, think it's a good team in its own. I do hate certain Pokemon on this team. I
It's
think
really good defensively, but it
it
lacks offense.
it does lack offense. Yes, I mean, what your best offense is like? What Superior, Tyrantrum, I guess. Uh,
Yeah.
the problem with Tyrantrum is that either you need to get the Dragon Dance off or you need webs, and it's not very bulky to be able to set up Dragon Dances effectively. You could also technically run Scarf, but then it's like a little weaker, and it's also not that fast to be like a very good Scarfer. But hey, if those head smash connect, it's good.
Yeah. I think the top four of this team is really good. I think the other stuff, Snorlax could probably be dropped for something cheaper.
Yeah.
And then you pick up like a better breaker and then something in place of maybe Tyrantrum, although Tyrantrum is the best breaker. But I think the top four is so good that the team's gonna kind of auto win a lot of games.
Yeah, I like Coco, Crown, Pex, and Gliscott together. Like, I absolutely love Crown. Crown's like probably my second favorite paradox, future paradox after Treads. Used it plenty of times, pretty good. Supported with Coco, again, great. Doesn't need terrain, but obviously appreciates it. Also, don't know what Incineroar is doing for this team a lot. I guess it's a fire type, but also it was picked up like what, round 3, which was too soon for an Incineroar.
Yeah, it was a little early.
Yeah, I do like the defensive core, but again, like you said, it will struggle to break things, especially since Frostmoth is your reliable setup sweeper here, and it cannot Terra, which makes it infinitely worse.
Yeah, I think this will do really well against some of the teams that are just gonna kind of bang their heads into the wall
Yeah.
of Gliscor packs. And
Also,
then I think
yeah, which reminds
they
me,
might,
also very weak to taunt.
yeah, I think they might want to make some changes going into the later
Yeah, this team
parts
is
of the regular season and playoffs.
yeah, this team is very taunt weak. But I would say it has the bulk to deal with stuff. It's a good team, just lacks in breaking power and can get passive at some points.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yeah. I would say it's still like either high B or low A,
Yeah, makes sense to me.
I guess. Let's put it in high B for now. Okay, next is Jed. Okay, so I mean, this team started off really weird for me because I was like, okay, I have no idea what Jed is trying to do with Naga plus Terrakion, which again I think Naga is fine with Nasty Plot now because Terra's not allowed. It's frail. It cannot set up easily. Blah blah blah. It can snowball, but it can still snowball without Nasty Plot anyway. But yeah, I think it's an all right team, all in all. Kingler isn't coming to any games as such, but it is still like a 10-man roster, I would say. Maybe 9 if you wanna not consider circuitry.
What
Or
are you leading here if you're Jed? Araquanid, Ninetales, Zoroark?
yeah, I mean, okay. Here's another problem with Zoroark here, right? Because you can't reliably lead it because you have a Ninetales on your team. I guess, I mean, you can do shenanigans, I guess. You can be like, oh, this is not a Ninetales, blah, 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 whatever. Also, do not like the speed tiers here, because what the fuck is 110, 19, 18?
Yeah.
But it's all right. Kind of Earthquake weak again, but has a lot of, like, it has Moltres and Araquanid and Bronzong and Toadschool and Mandibuzz. But then the other half is just super weak to it. But again,
Yeah, I don't love this team, but it's got a couple different offensive options that
it does. It defensive backbone being Mandibuzz Moltres is kind of troublesome because
yeah,
I think those are the only things
not
that
great.
I mean, there was the one Scream Tail team with 110, 110, 19. I mean, to be fair, it's a Sun team and it's Russ. Sippy, what do you expect from him? But yeah, uh, it is slightly leaning towards offense, especially like if he decides to set up screens with Ninetales, which he should, and then webs. I think it's kind of like an angle of you set up screens with Ninetales, you set up webs first, then you go into Ninetales, you set up your screens, have both of them killed, and then let your offense roll over. Is probably how I would play this team. But that's two Pokemon you have to sacrifice.
And your ghost is Sui and Zoroark.
Yeah, which is kind of
It
sad.
just seems like it kind of seems to me like Jed should concentrate on one type of offense,
Yeah,
like either Veil or
or webs,
Webs.
not both at all
Yeah,
times.
it's too greedy.
Earthquake weak, but it has three immunities and two resist. I know. I just said that the other half is immune to it. I literally said half half. Shut up, Luz. Uh, like
Hey, Terrakian's cheap now, right? Is it tier 3 or tier 2 still?
I think it was tier two. I am not sure. Oh, it was tier three. I would pay 110 for that. 110 is fine. Yeah, nothing
So he's
too
got
egregious.
so he's got four leads now.
Yeah. Which is like I think that's his problem now. He has to figure that out. But it's a decent team, I would say.
Yeah,
Uh
I think it goes in B.
yeah. Could use better priority, I guess, but I guess it's like a little worse than Danny's team.
Yeah,
Okay, last team and oh my god. The other fucking annoying roommate. Sorry, Zippy, no offense. Uh uh
oh god, this team.
I had the exact same reaction.
Dude.
Okay.
Okay, so like Torrenti Zero, or I think those are the first two picks. Those are pretty good.
No, Zeraora and
That was
it was Zera and Mamoswine. And then
oh, okay.
it was Ton and Hisu and Decidueye. Like why was that picked round four?
Yeah. What do you think about this team?
Okay. Okay, I'm going to try to be nice about this team, but it's really hard. So first of all, there's a Corsola and Berserker and Slurpuff and Decidueye and Pyro. So it's already logged into bringing six Pokemon because like I guess you could bring Slurpuff to one game, but that's it. The other five are just never coming. Other four are just never coming to a fucking game because they all suck. I mean, I think Torn Zeraora Mamoswine is a good core. Okay, a Mamoswine can like break grasses a little bit. It is weak to them, but it can still like break them. Torn definitely breaks the grasses and grounds. Zeraora covers the electric weakness there and beats the water types. Like that core is fine, but I don't know what any other thing is doing on this team. Not a fan of Mega
Yeah.
Latios plus Gengar there. Both of them a speed, same dark weakness. Uh, very weak to Shadow Ball. Low
Yeah.
kicks cannot be your only resist to Shadow Ball. Uh, Again, this team kind of auto loses to Giratina once Mamo is down.
Yeah. This
Because,
team is like 100% dependent on predicting switch-ins
yeah,
that are choice locked. Like Corsola, Slurpuff, Berserker, and then Pyro is your ghost immunity.
yeah,
Not great.
that is just not great. And then,
Yeah. I mean, Cryo's okay, like first impression, Sucker Punch low kicks, Shard Mamoswine, but no.
no, just no.
It's got some good offense, like Mamo, Megalati, Torn, Zera, Gengar. Great. But
Yeah,
like that's it.
yeah. And your most defensive Pokemon here is like Ton.
Yeah.
Literally, like Tornado,
Literally.
like that's your
Literally.
like this
Yeah.
entire team hinges on Tornadoes not being worn down, which is
Every
admittedly that is hard to do. I would give him that, but oh god,
yeah, like literally every single week Zippy is gonna have to choose between Decidueye, Slurpuff, Corsola, and Berserker, and is gonna like potentially have to bring one of them. Or
yeah,
bring none of them and then bring the other six every single week, which is probably what I would do.
Yeah, fair. To be fair, there were changes I nearly pulled the trigger on, but I'm not gonna jump the gun, gonna see how this goes. Dude, just do them. Just pull the trigger.
Hisui and Decidueye is not good even with Terra.
It is so
I don't
bad.
think.
Okay,
It's really, really slow,
the only time
and it
I
just doesn't do anything.
the only time it I saw it do anything was when you used it against me in no cap, but that's it. And even then it struggled.
And Scrappy is good because it hits like dark types and stuff, or it hits like ghost types,
Ghost
but
type.
Gengar and low kicks are already good against that. So I don't know.
Yeah. Just hope you dodge Jelly because Jelly would like eat your team apart with Giratina and Scizor. But I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, not a huge fan.
Not a
I
huge
love
fan.
Torn.
I
Torn's error is great. That's
yeah,
about it.
I would say that too. I guess it's kind of like okay. Is it worse than Raven or is it better than Raven? I think it is a little better than Raven though. I will give you that,
A little
Jesse.
better. So are there two people that drafted Corsola
Yeah,
in NCL this season?
yeah, Beery also drafted that. Oh god, Beery. Yeah, we can go over Flaffy
So it's
also.
going up. It's going up in price.
You know what? Good for it. But yeah,
What is it? Right? Is it 40 right now, or is it lower than that?
I don't know. It is 20.
20? Probably go up to 30.
Yeah, man, Corsola's getting expensive. Inflation is real.
I know. Seriously.
Also,
Those water types.
some of these flaffy teams are whack. But again, I'm not judging these. Uh, so yeah,
Like, so yeah, we got Moose number one, and then we've got who's in the top tier? Loose and
Lose
Dino.
Dino, and then George, Danny, Jed, Model, Austin, Tiff, Russ, Silver, Zippy, Fletch, Raven. No, that's not Raven. Sorry, that's Ozan, Raven, and Luna. I think that is fair.
Yeah,
Okay, we did all the teams. Yay.
we did.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining. I will post this in the PR chat and I will also try to drop the word once I figure that out because I think I did record it. And if I did not, then sorry for everyone who missed this, basically. All right. Thanks for joining, Jeremy. And thanks everyone who viewed it. If you guys disagree, I really don't give a fuck. It's my opinion. Um, and yeah, I will see you soon. Maybe I should start streaming. Okay, that is ambitious. Never mind.
If you disagree with me, go to my YouTube channel, argue with me, and then subscribe so we can fight.
Oh yeah, wait. I also have a YouTube channel. Do that on my YouTube channel too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Subscribe to Minen too.
yeah. So
Sark.
Sark Techie and Springfield Starmies.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.